Previously on Chaser.
Who are you, Chico? I ain't seen you here before.
And where is it you need to go?
To Mars. I have to find a guy there. Name of Stone. He's the key to my memories. I believe that if I locate him, I'll be able to find out who I am.
Local flight to Giragast West, number 627, ready at platform 4.
Sorry, sir, may I see your ID card?
ID card. There's a minor problem.
We have experts to deal with our problems here, sir. I don't think you would like to meet them.
We'll have to do something about that.
Interplanetary flight from Earth to Mars, number 42, is now on platform 1. Attention. Please have been identified.
Hello and welcome back. Things are a little bit hectic right now. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
All personnel on alert.
Now fire!
Personnel on alert.
Get him!
Get away! Get him!
Stop him!
Get him!
Shit! I can't. He's on the
All
stairs.
personnel
Surround him!
on
now
alert.
fire!
Security! Help!
Subject is not here. Area is secure.
Who's there?
Security!
All personnel on alert.
Help! He's here!
Stop it!
Let's chase him!
This is not a drill. In the event that you spot a dangerous looking individual, immediately contact security. I repeat,
Security! Help! Help! He's here!
this is not a drill. In the event that you
He's
spot a
here!
dangerous looking individual, immediately contact security. I repeat,
Go backwards! Fire!
Okay, and with that, we're done with this particular bit of the level. As you can see, it's one of those run and chasey ones where you don't have any weapons, you just have to flee for your life. What you saw was actually a pretty representative run through. It is fairly difficult. There are places where you can stop and relax, but it's not very easy to tell where those are, and there's a lot of things you can miss. So we're just going to recap a lot of the stuff that would have been overlooked. The first thing is this initial courtyard area. If we try to go down the escalator, we'll get killed by an assortment of guards hanging around down there. In fact, some of them do try to chase you up, as you can see. This guy runs up, and when he shoots, he's shooting at where you spawn, so he doesn't necessarily actively shoot at you, and I think he's the only guy who does this. But everyone else actively aims directly at you and tries to kill you. What we can do is we can nip over on top of this railing, and we can use that to boost ourselves up on top of this walkway area. Obviously we're not supposed to go this way, we're supposed to be running for our lives, but it takes us over to the other side of the balcony area, and we can do a little bit of exploring. There are a number of places like this in the level. There are places that the level designers obviously thought that you would never go because you would be too busy. But when you do go there, it mostly consists of little corners and things that dead end quite abruptly. So we'll just have a look at a few of those. For one thing, the sign was never meant to be seen from this direction. If we look on the other side, we can see it's correct, but obviously the other side is a bit mangled. This chap here was on the balcony during the cutscene, and he really doesn't do anything at all, he just stands there. It's not easy to pull off, but if you can manage it, you can run down the steps to the area where you spawned at the beginning of the cutscene, and if you get in that area, something interesting happens.
Local flight to Duran West, number 627, ready at platform 4.
Sorry, sir, may I see your ID card?
ID card. There's a minor problem.
We have experts to deal with our problems here, sir. I don't think you would like to meet them.
We'll have to do something about that.
Interplanetary flight from Earth to Mars, number 42, is now on platform 1.
Yep, somehow it resets to the initial cutscene, however it doesn't reset any of the actual characters or anything, so it just plays through with things as they were when you started it again. Now let's take the time to have a look at some of the unique textures that this level has that we would definitely have overlooked. First thing we see is an advertisement which appears to indicate the particular perils of sexually transmitted diseases on Mars. An additional effect on the advertisement is a little bit of flashing zeros and ones binary, and some clever joker has put in some 2s because that's really funny. There are a number of things on this spinning carousel. First up is a poster for the fantastic cauldrons. Next up is what appears to be another sexual health warning. Not only is this a movie about the destruction of Majestic from the start of the game, but it's actually part 2. The movie industry must be quick on its feet. There apparently appears to be some kind of legal assassins guild on Mars as well. Either that or it's a private military contractor. This guy is probably one of the developers, and he's got 3 little predator-esque dots on his forehead for some reason. And the only piece of pertinent information, this appears to relate to one particular character we've yet to meet. Over here we've got some sort of holographic warning indicator. Why they couldn't have something a little bit more readable I don't know, but I guess they just wanted to show it off. Down into the database's conversion department, let's have a look at one of the monitors. Quite why there are only female workers I don't know, but they don't particularly seem to be following the instructions to not panic. Behind the warning screen is some more of that reused text from the game's GDD. If you squint hard enough you can make out actually a little bit more detail about Chaser and some of the selling points about the story. This is a conversion department, whatever that means, and this appears to be where the files that have been converted go. And as you might expect, on the other side of the aisle are the files that are to be converted. In the smoking room ahead of us, we've got a few textures which we didn't see this level, but we'll see in some of the later levels. Some will not even see at all. First thing seems to be an advertisement for the Mars Gaming Network, featuring, of all things, a Martian. This is something we see in a later level, but I don't believe there's any context to give it. I don't recall this one at all. It may not even appear in the game, but here it is anyway. This appears to be a direct reference to the game's level editor, also called World Studio. Another image I don't believe we see at all. And finally another advertisement for the Cauldron's devastating tour. This one's a lot more visually pleasing than the ones we've seen earlier. Okay, let's see what happens when we cheat ourselves some weapons. We can go down to the start of the level, shoot the guy that we knocked on his ass, and then restart the cutscene. I believe I jumped over the trigger point here, that's why I'm running down at the bottom trying to find out where it is. Judging from some of the later parts of the levels with little bits of wire over the glass, I don't think we're supposed to be getting over here, but we can shoot through the glass, kill the guys, and have a look inside. In this area we can see some of the grated glass, but the most interesting thing is actually over here. We can jump behind this bit of grating that's been left against a wall and overhear a bit of a conversation which I honestly had no idea even existed.
I can't shoot through it. Unlock. Get the keys. We can't catch him like this. It's not working. You damaged the lock. Now fire!
Moving on to the lower floor of the database's conversion department, we find that it's pretty much a carbon copy of the floor above, all except for the aisles, which are barren of pretty much any books whatsoever, except for this one side which has a little hidden poster of the cauldrons. The entire department has some windows around it, and if we take a peek through we can see some of the inner workings of the upcoming level. And in fact, this one particular corridor has a guy on the other side of the windows just patrolling back and forwards. In fact, that is exactly all that he does. He walks from one end of the corridor to the other and does nothing else. And he's someone that you definitely would have missed if you've been running through. It's just a strange little place to put this guy, because you really would not see him whatsoever. And here we are in the next level. We've managed to knock out that guard and we've got ourselves a brand new type of pistol. This is one of a few Mars only weapons that we'll be pretty much using exclusively from now on. This pistol has semi-auto and a burst fire, and it actually ends up being quite a lot better than the next weapon that we'll get. Our mission objective is to exit the technical part of the airport, and also our health is carried over from the previous level, so we're in a bit of trouble.
Who's there?
And here we have 1 health. Let's see how well we do with that. And this is the second Martian weapon that we get. It's got automatic fire and semi-automatic fire, and it's fucking rubbish. It sprays all over the place, and I make more use of it than I really should be. I should really be sticking with the pistol, but for some reason a submachine gun always seems to make more sense to me. Sometimes I really think that the game is just being a jerk, because I've got really low health and it seems actually less likely for an enemy to drop a health pack when they die.
I can see him! Oh, see him.
Waiting here to try and kill this guy, but he doesn't actually appear again, and it's an area we don't ever go to, so I just forget about him and move on. After a bunch of deaths, you can see I'm getting a lot more skittish, and when I notice that there's health lying on the ground, you can tell that I just pounce on it. A little bit of a run round shows that this area just loops back round on itself, and it also gives us a chance to have a look at the inner workings of the airport, I guess is what it calls it, even though I guess it would still be a spaceport of sorts. There's a conveyor belt of boxes running just below us, and it at least shows that these inner workings serve some kind of purpose. It's not just a bunch of wires and panels without anything really going on. Well, that's enough running around. Let's get ourselves back on track. They really do seem to like this neon blue motif.
Who's there?
The area ahead of us is swarming with security, it seems, so we're probably best if we just hang back and let them come to us. It's a little strange that there appear to be really no engineers or maintenance workers of any kind. It's almost as if the security guys have just ushered everyone out and piled themselves in to try and corner us off. If only they knew who we were and that we were just going to slaughter them all anyway. Just ahead of us is another conveyor belt, but this time it's for substantially larger cargo containers. We'll get a better look at that later on, but first we just have to clear out the area of all the bad guys and make sure there's nowhere else we can go.
Call for reinforcement!
As the level continues, at least for a small portion, battles seem to be a little bit more at a distance, and this is where the machine gun really starts to show its weaknesses. It hasn't been quite so bad so far since we've been in tight corridors, but now it really starts to suffer.
I can see him!
And once again, back to 1 health. And this is just a level designer being an asshole. We've got a full health kit on the other side of this fence and no way to get past it. We get there much later, but Jesus Christ, that's really infuriating when you've only got 1 health. Luckily for me, I'm just blind, and over here is another full health kit. Hooray! Well, our progress is blocked here and we can't go any further. A little bit of just mucking about with this fence to try and jump over it and skip some of the level. That fails, so let's just go back the way we came. And here we have the conveyor belt I was talking about. If we just watch the cargo container, it's going towards what appears to be some laser beams. They turn off whenever the box gets close and the door opens. We can probably safely assume that they close behind it as well. I think it's pretty clear what we have to do. A few obstacles to jump over as well. This isn't looking too bad. Oh god, firing at a distance with a machine gun. Luckily the guy on the left, he's got his view blocked, so we can pretty much be safe from him until we get close enough to shoot him in the thigh. This is a pretty standard bit of battling here. We just stay behind the barrels, try not to get shot and kill everyone. doesn't appear to be anywhere else we can go for the moment. What the hell is this? Where the hell was all this health earlier on? We've got a ladder here, but we'll deal with that in just a moment. We'll try this door, and it's locked, so let's just go down the ladder. The ladder itself leads down to a kind of a maintenance area of sorts. It really is a way for you to get back up if you fall whenever you're moving along in the cargo containers. It's actually, there's another similar one just like this on the other side of one of the doors with the laser wires. It just basically means that if you get past that particular section and fall down, you can still get a way up and you won't be too penalised. It also means that you can't just skip the entire container part and go underneath all of the way until here. It's also a little bit confusing because you're more than likely to just go down here first of all, wander around, have a look at all the nooks and crannies and realise that there's really no point to coming down here. It is a complete waste of time. So what do we do next? We've got a switch, so we'll push that, see what happens. And apparently it did nothing. Well, it's not quite true. What this one switch did was to enable another switch just slightly further down. I can't really put into words just how silly that is. Why not just have the one switch and that would be fine? Maybe it was just a way to force you to fight through everyone, to loop around so that you could get to the switch, turn it on and then jump over and get to the other switch. In fact, that probably is it. I was able to put it into words. Never mind. We've got another switch here. At first glance I thought I couldn't actually press it and I got a little confused, but turns out I just wasn't looking in quite the right place. So hit that and we'll see what it does. Kind of desperate to shoot the red barrel, but I don't know if I know that it's needed for something, so if I blow it up then I'll kind of fuck myself. But as you can see, it won't blow up if you shoot it, thank God. I was kind of crossing my fingers when I was doing that. It's only when it gets to its final destination that it actually becomes active and then we can blow it up. Well, that's a bit long-winded, but it does the job, I guess. We could have just had a barrel or two just sitting there and we could have shot our way through that way, but I guess if you want to be fancy, you'll have all that sort of mechanism set up, you might as well just use it.
Stop him!
Cheeky bastards! You didn't see me throwing barrels at them.
Reinforcements!
If you're wondering where that barrel came from, it came from the claw directly above it. Someone was waiting for me to walk under it and then they were going to drop it at my head.
Don't let him get away!
Here's something subtle, but then you ultimately end up seeing it everywhere once you notice it. It's the cauldron logo. Unfortunately, it does nothing special.
Don't let him get away!
Well, we've just done a giant loop and we finally got our way to the other side of that fence where the health kit was, which is thankfully just in time. The area has been repopulated with security, so we'll just make short work of them. If we were insane, we could probably jump down there and have to do this whole level from the start again.
Freeze!
As the sign tells you, we're into what could be classed as the processing area of the airport. It's very much the case. There's a lot of pipes and steam and all sorts of processing things going on, and well, it's a little bit different from the rest of the level that we've run through so far, while kind of maintaining the same look. I got stuck in this part of the level. I thought I was going to have to kill myself to get out again, but with a little bit of deft crouch jumping work, we managed to squeeze our way out.
Drop your weapons!
As far as this level itself goes, it does look very similar, and in fact, for pretty much the rest of the game, it's a case of having a number of levels that are batched together that do look very similar. I know it's a case of the levels themselves being really big and having to be chopped up into sections, but still, it does get very bland. It's things certainly don't look as nice as they did on the previous level, in my opinion anyway. I think that would have been a lot cooler if the barrels had a bit of a delayed reaction from when they were supposed to blow up, like if they caught fire a little bit first, and then it could kind of chain out quite nicely, I think, but no, instead it just kind of blew them all up in one go over a couple of frames. Before we carry on here, we'll just backtrack and do a little bit of door checking, and it yields us a health kit, which is always nice. Doesn't appear to be much else here. I don't really see the purpose of this room. Storing all of your explosive barrels and your sentrymen in here didn't seem like the best of ideas, but well, let's just continue. Playing through the level again, I always thought this one was a lot shorter than it actually ended up being. Around this point, well, every time I get to a door and try it, I keep thinking, this must be the end of the level, but it's not. It just kind of goes on and on and on. We've got a good 10 minutes or so of gameplay left, so yeah, it just even while I was playing it, it was just, when does this end? Here's a funny moment. Check out the size of this gun. I don't know why, but the gun is actually as big as it looks. For those first few frames, it's absolutely huge, and then I shoot the guy and it shrinks down to its normal size. Then he dies and drops it, but yeah, it's absolutely massive, and it really caught me off guard. Up ahead, we've got ourselves another very simple puzzle with some luminous green gas for some reason. It's just as simple as that. We can even turn off the gas from this side if we really wanted to, but there's really no point because we don't come back this way anymore, and even if we did, we could just use the same pipe to climb on.
I can see it!
some more leaking gas, and you can probably bet that we're going to be seeing more of that. Got some health we can pick up, and oh, it spawned some guys who come to kill us. And it actually leaves us worse off than when we started, so we really should have just stayed away from it. Yet another cauldron logo, but this one's upside down for some reason. Probably wasn't the smartest idea to throw an explosive barrel down the stairs and then kind of chase after it. Maybe he was playing with it or carrying it or something, who knows. Oh, this way was a dead end after all. Oh well, let's go back to where we got the health kit. Well, not this health kit, but every little helps, I guess. Oh god damn it.
Who's there?
So many directions to choose from. I'll go back and check the door first. And in here is a dead end. We've got some barrels and some nice glowing wires. That's an interesting setup. I wonder if that barrel is there for coolant or something. It's odd the way that it's slotted in. You would expect things to be just emptied straight in, but for some reason that strikes me as interesting. Oh, and we've got the leaking pipes again. Well, we've got some valves here, so I'm guessing we can turn them off and make our way down through the hole. It does mean that we have to run all the way back around, I think. We're not dropping down that way. Oh, it's another dead end. Ugh. Well, I guess we're gonna have to make it the long way back. Actually, having said that, we could probably have jumped down there. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so the gas is gone. Let's find out what brand new delights await us. If I can get down the fucking... Once again, another door where I thought the level had ended, but no.
I can see him!
Oh, I could have sworn that guy came through this door. I'm fairly certain it's possible to climb this ladder without turning off the gas. I don't remember ever having to do that before. I don't even remember ever noticing that valve before, but pretty sure I've managed to climb the ladder. I did take damage while doing it, so maybe I just thought you were supposed to, like an idiot. Weird place to put a barrel? Well, it's more a weird way to have it on its side. as luck would have it, I happen to be getting shot at just the right position to notice this, to be honest, a very difficult to notice ladder. I think I got very lucky this time. Where the hell did that guy go? I didn't kill him.
We need cover!
Oh, you cheeky little git. Right, enough of that. Let's move on. Please be the end of the level. Never mind.
Don't let him.
Oh, it's that room with the barrels and the wires. Oh, it seems fairly one way as well. Okay, that's a good indication. No more backtracking. I honestly doubt that Chaser has any idea where he's going. There's been no signs or anything like that. We've just been kind of aimlessly wandering. But as a matter of fact, it is the end of the level. So I will see you next time.
Take him to Fiorentina.
Yes, sir.
Next time on Chaser.
Bad news came to me where I sleep. Turn, turn, turn again. Juliet prison and 99 years. Turn, turn to the rain and the wind.